Erin, your TV host, lifestyle, and real estate expert for American Dream TV. We are at Keswick Vineyards, which is located in Central Virginia, about 15 miles from Charlottesville, about an hour and a half from Richmond. And today we have a real treat. We are going to go through some various stages of the winemaking process with one of America's top 100 rated winemakers here at Keswick Vineyards. So come along with me and let's check it out. Stephen.
It's nice to meet you. Welcome
Nice
to
meet
Keswick.
you. I'm so excited to be here. I can't wait to show me around and tell me
Well,
all
we're
about the
excited to
wines.
have you. Why don't you go into the winery and we'll try some of our incredible wines.
Sounds
Follow me.
fantastic. All right. So, Stephen, tell me a little bit about the history of the wine industry here in Virginia.
You know, there's two parts to it. It's part of the history of when we became really commercially viable and when we started to make wine that put Virginia on the map. But I think, you know, to look forward, you have to look back. And, you know, you have to go back to when the British and colonials came into Jamestown and Williamsburg. And I think it was in 1619, the Act 12. And I should know this, was Virginia actually makes a Chardonnay referencing this fact. But households were mandated to plant 10 vines, you know, back then. And part of that is because the British love to drink wine. A lot of the supply chain was supplied by the French and the Spanish, and that's who they were at war with. And I think there was something in the writings where they said Virginia's climate was sort of thought to be hospitable to plant vines. A lot of people obviously reference Thomas Jefferson and Monticello, and he is a beloved enophile, but he never made a single bottle of wine.
Wow,
But, you know, I think the spirit of looking and saying it is possible, that's probably what we more refer to, you know, loved Italian wine and French wine and thought, you know, we can do this in Virginia.
So here we are at Keswick, and it's beautiful here.
It is gorgeous.
And I believe you've been here kind of from the beginning.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to come over in 2002, and Keswick had already planted vines. They planted vines in 2000.
Okay.
But the first vintage was in 2002, and I came over with no real kind of conception of what the next couple of years would look like. And as you do, you meet a girl, and that girl just happened to be the boss's daughter.
Well, there you go.
And the boss's daughter is now the wife, and Virginia is now home.
Well, talking about Keswick and making wine here in Virginia, we have some amazing wine here in our hand that I have to tell you, oh my gosh, it smells heavenly. So tell us, for 2025, what do you have working?
Yeah, so we've just finished the harvest. So 2024 was a challenging harvest, as Virginia sometimes does. A little bit of rain when you didn't want it, and some of the grapes could probably use a little bit more time, but Viognier is an early budding variety, ripens a little earlier, so we were able to harvest it, you know, in a way that we thought could make wines. And we do a couple of iterations of the same grape, and this, what we have in our glass, is 100% Viognier.
Amazing.
Yeah, and that's what Viognier does. It is such aromatic. It sort of draws you in for how floral and sweet, and it's got that apricot and that peach. And this is a wine that is tank fermented and matured, but then we do some other things with oak, you know, to give it more texture and some more weight. And some of those Viogniers don't sacrifice some of the aromatic intensity, but they drink a little bit heavier and they have a little bit more complexity. And it showcases obviously a little bit of influence by the winemaker, but they're two different blocks and they're separated by different soil types, and they really stand alone. So the winery is quiet right now. The work's been done, but the wine is maturing and it's evolving. And in the next couple of months, we'll be putting these wines into the bottle. And shortly after that, hopefully we can share it with the customers and give them something they're really proud of.
Well, I'm excited to get to smell this and taste this ahead of everybody else. So this is wonderful.
Well, cheers. Absolutely. Lovely to meet you and welcome.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Cheers to the American dream.
so much for coming along with us today at this special experience at Keswick Vineyards. And a huge thank you to Stephen for the time that he spent with us and all his knowledge that he imparted on us. So you really have to put Keswick Vineyards on your must-visit vineyard list. I'm Erin, your host, lifestyle and real estate expert for American Dream TV, and I'll see you next time.